Hey, hey, I'm going to do another cross tray and mixed up about 4 ounces of resin. I'm using Counterculture medium viscosity artist resin, equal parts A and B mixed for 6 minutes. All I do is put a layer of clear into the mold. I'll lay the cross that I have spray painted with the silver, and then I've gone over the top of it with liquid chrome, my oil pen. So I use the liquid chrome. Even though I sprayed the silver on here, the silver was not real shiny, so I used liquid chrome to give it that real shine. So I'm going to start with a 3-ounce cup of resin, and if that's enough. Okay, I had some stuff on my heat gun, so before I go any further, I got to get that out. And lay it face down in the resin. And it won't cover it totally, but when I do my final layer in the rest of the video, you'll see. I'll be back to do the second part later. Hey everybody, doing another cross. This one is going to be tealish colors with silver and white, and it's a custom order. I'm using equal parts A and B of artist resin, medium viscosity by Counterculture. I've mixed up probably about 10 ounces or so, and just letting it sit. It's, starting to warm, and that's kind of the key with this bloom technique, is you want it to be kind of getting to that beautiful state of warming. So I put this in a couple of ounces, probably 3 ounces or so of resin, and my cross apparently shifted a bit while it was curing, so it's not centered, but it's close enough. Now it looks white on the back, but on the front it's silver, and you're not going to see a lot of it on the back, so that's why I don't bother to paint the back of the cross. And so I'm going to be using silver leaf foil flakes. I'll provide a link for that, and I've added Patty Simcox glitter in with that, and I'll add resin to that and mix it up and see how I like it. I'm going to mix a silver using Hi-Yo Silver. This is a mica powder that's very shimmery from Funshine Color Shop, and I'll be putting some alcohol ink in with it. I'm going to be mixing my white with Cast and Craft and some sparkle white from Funshine Color Shop, and white alcohol ink for the shimmer and the white. I'm going to do a lighter turquoise, and this is Res mica, and it is turquoise blue, and it's an iridescent mica. And I might lighten that slightly, and then I've got the Peacock Dance, which is their pigment paste, which is a really rich greenish turquoise, and I may lighten it slightly, but I really wanted to use these two. I also have some Interference Green by Bling It by Color Art, and I may throw that into something, not sure which, maybe into the white, maybe into one of my colors, just to see if it just alters it slightly. So yeah, and I've got my 4 cups set up with piping bags. They're ready to go. And the key with this technique is to wait about 30 minutes. And on my timer, I'm at 12 minutes right now. But more importantly, you just have to feel your resin and make sure that it's doing what it needs to be doing. And if you feel it heating up and it's getting hot, then you've got to go ahead and do your thing. If it's prior to 30 minutes and it's warm and getting hot, then you got to do it, or it's going to turn to plastic. So you really have to pay attention to your resin. That often depends on what size cup, whether it's narrow. If it's shallow, it's going to stay, it's not going to have its chemical reaction as quickly. When you put it into the little cups, you can also feel the cups to see how warm it is. And I have literally piped color out where it was so hot to the touch in my hand I could almost not hold it. So you just really have to be in tune with your chemicals in your hands, and that's very important. So every time I put my hands over my piece, I drop something into the resin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just start kind of splitting out the resin, and I am going to go ahead and pour the resin in the mold, because that's really the main part that you want to make sure you fill your mold up, that the cross gets covered. Okay, so I've got that for my foils and glitter. So I need white, silver, and my 2 shades of turquoise. Got some silver here I'm going to add into this. I Persisted and Company, but you could use any silver. Okay, so this is Peacock Dance by Resin. It is a pigment paste that's super thick, and I just want a tiny little bit on my stick. And I'm at 19 minutes on my time. You start your timer after you've finished mixing. So right now the resin's been mixed for almost 20 minutes. With the pigment paste, you gotta keep scraping your stick because that's where that pigment sticks to. So that's really kind of pretty. I may want more shimmer in it. Maybe I'm gonna put a little interference green. That is the bling it. This is when you can try things out and just kind of experiment and see what happens. That softened it and gave it more sparkle. So that looks pretty good, I think, right there. I'm going to try the Turquoise Blue Mica from Resin. And again, that's really, really pretty. So you have a deep, and then you have a lighter. I kind of want this to go deeper. And I'll put my stick into the pigment, get just a little bit more of that pigment paste, which will strengthen the color. There we go. Scrape, scrape. Let's do the white here. It's going to be Cast and Craft. Just squirt in. And definitely Sparkle White from Fun Shine Color Shop. And the Resin ones were from Laura's Art Corner. Everything will be below video. Now how I ended up with more of colors than white, I must have put it in the wrong container. I'm going to give myself a little bit more resin for the white, but not much more. Now I'm going to add Satin White. This is by Funshine Color Shop, and let me get a scoop. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. You know that commercial? That's what I have in my mind here. Shaka-laka-laka, scoop, there it is. Okay, let me see what that looks like. I've never used this one before, Satin White. Okay, I'm going to take a risk and put some of this Interference Green Bling It from Color Art. So it may give a shift tint to the white, I'm not sure. I'm at 24 minutes. Keep an eye on that clock. It doesn't look really green, so that's a good thing. I'm going to put a little bit more sparkle white, and I'm going to use a few drops of alcohol ink, the white, just because I love to. And I didn't put any of these, but I don't want to adjust the color really any, so I'm not really going to risk it. The alcohol ink also kind of starts to thin out the white a little bit more, because it was starting to feel a little bit thick. So the white, just the alcohol ink helps it just be a little bit more fluid, which I kind of like that. Okay, and then finally the Hi-Yo Silver. This thing is packed to the top. I'm going to put in one scoop and try it out first. This Hi-Yo Silver is by Funshine Color Shop. She has every imaginable color out there. It's related through Petra Youngblood. And that's a very strong silver. I like that. Hi-Yo Silver. Isn't that a funny name? Hi-Yo instead of Hi-Ho Silver. Okay, and then a few drops of alcohol ink in that one, because it does feel a bit thick, and the alcohol ink just kind of makes it a little more fluid feeling. I don't know, I just like it that way. That looks pretty awesome right now. Which is like a paste. It's thick, but I don't have any more resin to add to it. But I am going to add some Baja Blue alcohol ink. 1, 2. That deepened it up a bit. I like that better. Okay. I would add some more silver leaf, but oh, I will. I don't know. It's so thick right now. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Shaka-laka, laka-laka. I think I want to add Rainforest Green alcohol ink. I'm going to add 1, 2 drops. And then I got to get ready to pipe this stuff right away. Okay, let me go ahead and get this around the edge. It's like a paste, so it's thick. So yeah, if you're adding an ounce or so of this around the edge, don't fill your tray maxed out with the resin, which I did. And I had to take some out, because then you're trying to get it to stay within the tray. It makes your life a little bit more difficult. Save some resin in a cup if you need to, and then you can kind of work it around. So they said teal, and you know, some people's definitions of teal are different from others, so I hope this teal is what they had in mind. Because when I think of teal, I think more of a deeper greenish blue, and I don't know, so I hope hope I don't have this all wrong as far as the color choice. So I'm going to give all my colors a final stir, put them into piping bags. We'll be back. Okay, it's not been overnight, but I can touch it and it's not tacky. That's the beauty of medium viscosity artist resin with counterculture. Got a little overflow on the mold. I'm just trying to chip it off. So unmolded, here's the little cute dog. Look at the sparkles. That was that pretty peacock dance by Resin. That is just so gorgeous. So this is the silver cross tray. Okay, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Shaka laka laka. I got that song in my mind today. It says scoop. So, I think it turned out pretty great. You're doing this floral petal effect in a very thin coat of resin that is less than half a centimeter or 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so in coasters you're gonna have the full depth that you can pipe your colors into, so it's got a little bit more wiggle room inside the resin. With this you've got very little wiggle room because it's so shallow. But what I decided to do on this one was to cut off the tips of the piping bags a little bit larger than I typically like to on a flower coaster because of the scale of this piece, which is 10 inches, and that gives a thicker line, which gave a more, I think, dimensional effect for this size of a resin tray. So if you can see, I think all of the colors turned out really lovely. And like I said, the cross is a bit off center, but you know, it's imperfect like we all are, right? So I'm pretty pleased with it. And I hope my customer is pleased, Renee. She got one for herself, which was the one with the clouds, and the one for her grandmother, which was the one that had the pinks and golds, the rosy kind of Victorian look to it. So I'm just peeling off the excess resin that spilled over. You can just break it off really simply. I think this qualifies in the teal family, the teal to aqua turquoise family. So the colors are really lovely together. I'm very pleased with the results. I'm very pleased with it, and even the back Even though the back has one little set of a cluster of bubbles that's really, really teeny, you can't even really see it. You could really enjoy it from both sides. So I love the sparkle in the glitter part. You don't really see, you don't see the silver leaf that much. You just see the that Patty Simcox glitter, and which is by Counterculture. But I really love the silver called Hi-Yo, and that was the Resin pigment paste is the deeper turquoise there, and then the mica powder is the lighter one, and I added some sparkle white, you know, to all of them to give it a little more shimmer. But I'm really pleased with this. I think it's really pretty. So I never can wait until the next day. I always love to unmold it as soon as I feel like it's able to without putting fingerprints and that kind of thing. So it turned out lovely. I can go around and add some liquid chrome on the edge, which I think I may do. I don't think I'm going to cover the whole side because I like seeing that glitter through it, but I may just do that top edge with the liquid gold. So I put the silver edge around it, but it's still got clear on the side so you can see through it. So I think it's really lovely. And there it is on a dark background so you can see it kind of in a different way without the white coming through in the background. So it looks really pretty. Quite lovely. So I hope you learned something. Thank you for watching. Please share with your friends or family. Ask them to subscribe to my channel. And keep watching and looking for future videos of all different kinds of styles of artwork. And I thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.